Easy, easy, girl. Oh, that's too much. Oh, that's too much. Oh, almost. Shit. It's like too dark or nothing. I guess it's up too close. Hello, everyone. Oh no. Hello, everyone. I don't know what I'm knowing about. Kelly G, how's it going? Hey, hey. Um, I tell y'all, man, I ain't been on in a minute, and to be honest, I think the Kylie thing really just was the straw that broke the camel's back, and I had to just get away for a while. And I've had time to think about it. I haven't been on giving an opinion on anything, and I tell you, I am so concerned now that there's a possibility that Summer could be in the area and we just haven't found her because the searches haven't haven't been up to snuff. And I don't know. I just have a huge fright of that now. I really do. After seeing the Carly thing, they'd searched for over 2 weeks, and then to come in and find her in 24 hours by like some pros, um, it really makes me worry a lot. And I think it would be horrible for us to find out that Summer was somewhere where if it would have been searched correctly, we would have known where she was um, a year ago. And I can't stop thinking about that. And that's the only reason I come on. I told Randy we're taking a little bit of time off the Carly thing, man, and I could see how that was, and how I don't know, it may still be going that direction. Is there starting to be videos on, oh, did this friend say this, did this friend do that, and to be honest, I think that was probably a case of a teenage mistake that I've made before, and I think sometimes the simplest explanations are the best. And I'm not going to get into all that with the Carly thing, the Kylie, I'm sorry, because I'm just not going there. But thinking about how that all played out has got me just horrified, and that and some other things too that I thought we could talk about. One of the other things that really has me bothered is I have, you do not know how many times I've played out what has happened to Summer in my head, how much time I have spent thinking about this. I have looked at Google Maps for hours going up and down Beach Creek Road. I have looked at every shitty YouTube video you can watch and dedicated a year of my life, at least 20, 30 hours a week to figuring out what's happened to her. And I'm at the point right now to where I am so just in awe that Hawkins County could have just botched this that bad, and I'm scared we're not going to find out. And all this with like I said with the Kylie thing has just got me so pissed because like with the Kylie thing, and I had Emma on my channel last Wednesday, and while I was talking to Emma, she's getting messages from law enforcement in California, um, and they're asking her where she's getting pictures at. That is extremely concerning to me if you think about that effect in Summer's case. Imagine if law enforcement hasn't seen all the shit that's been said on YouTube. They're just not, they're ignoring it. And I think I know that that's happening. I honestly do. I'm going to tell you this, and they knew I was going to bring this up because I shared with them how took back I was by it. But I know, and I don't care what anybody thinks of Caminale. Caminale cracking cases spent a ton of time around the wells. Do you know that Hawkins County Sheriff's Office is not ever even interested in ever speaking to them? Now, you're talking about people that were with the parents of a missing child who we all think are fairly suspect. As much time as Cam and Allie spent around the wells, the law enforcement wasn't concerned with that. That bothers me. That bothers me. This stuff with Kylie and how easy AWP wrapped it up. A lot of this just has really started to bother me and made me think this could just be getting blown. You know, it bothers me a lot, and I don't know, but it's just really come to light for me the last week with the Kylie stuff of how the police are not in the loop on social media. I think every sheriff's department should have an officer who is a social media all-star who knows his way around every YouTube, uh, TikTok, you name it, Instagram, everything. There should be a dedicated officer just searching that shit. They shouldn't be seeing pictures that Emma put up and being like, wow, that is some awesome evidence. They shouldn't be asking Emma, where did you get this? Law enforcement should have the capabilities of the best to do their job. And that doesn't seem like that's the case because it's not the best effort we're getting. You should not have a fucking YouTuber breaking evidence before law enforcement because she knows how to go to Instagram. It shouldn't be happening. And then you have law enforcement, and it seems like a lot of them have this attitude. Well, no, I'm not going to say that. Let's say Hawkins County for sure has this attitude of social media, don't bother us with it. We don't want to hear about it. Don't call in tips about it, none of this. And it makes you wonder, are they missing out on everything? To find out that law enforcement hasn't went through the Instagram friends of a missing girl and seen these pictures that Emma had, you explain that to me. And that's why I don't feel like we're getting the best effort in Summer's case for damn sure. Hawkins County sucks. I luckily don't live in Hawkins County, and I am a huge supporter of law enforcement. But I tell you what, I think when it comes to Hawkins County Sheriff's Office, I have no faith that Summer's case will ever be solved. And that is the cold hard truth. And if you from Hawkins County and that makes you mad, I'm sorry, but I have zero faith that will ever get solved as long as they're the lead on the case. I'm sorry. I meant to be kind of upbeat today, but I've just been beat down by this shit thinking about it lately. It has blown my mind that 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 where Kylie was found, and then I put that in comparison to how could that be relating to like summer? How could this fact that law enforcement doesn't have a clue in Kylie's case about the Instagram pictures and stuff like that? You know, what if that's the case in Summer's case? They don't know that there's neighbors been talking about sedating children and all that shit. What if they don't know about none of that? Because they are such a good old boy sheriff's office that all they're worried about is protecting Ronnie Lawson's ass and keeping him in power for the next 40 years. I think Hawkins County hates that this is happening in their county because I think it's tipping hands that they ain't doing shit right in Hawkins County when it comes to investigation, when it comes to a lot of things. Am I wrong? If I am, somebody feel free to tell me. But I swear, I think it is about time. Hell, if I have to end up being the one to do it, I'll do it. I'm going to make me a damn map, and we're going to start figuring out what's been searched and what been ain't. Somehow, if we have to Google Map this shit, I don't know. There is there is something that needs to be done because I have a bad feeling there could be something close to Ben Hill. A bad feeling. And I decided the other day, and I talked about this before. I talked about it on the reporter room, but I decided the other day. I was like, people always ask me, what is my um, theory on what happened to Summer? And I tell you, I really feel like right now, if if somebody told me, they said you have to tell us what happened, your life depends on it, and I had to tell one theory of what has happened, is I keep getting stuck on the milk jugs in the seat, that those are only stacked for one purpose and one purpose only. The fact that the she was had her arms behind her head to take a picture because she was sleeping like Donald, that's a lie. I don't believe that. I'm at the point right here, right now, that I think Summer wasn't okay in that picture. If I had to guess, something happened at the swimming hole, and I don't know after that. The jugs were there for one reason, and one reason only. They were only on top of each other, stacked in that seat for one reason, and that reason was she couldn't hold herself up. It's the only damn reason it would happen. We all know that. There's a truck, there's a floorboard, there's seats, there's everywhere else you can put them. Not to mention, you don't need to stack them. There's an empty seat right beside her. You could have set them in that seat, which most people would have probably done up against the back and hoped for the best. And you'd have damn sure done that before you'd have stacked them. You stack them for one reason, because she can't hold herself up. You need something to help prop her up. I'm not saying that she didn't necessarily was gone, but she had to be propped up for some reason. I feel very confident in saying that. And that's why I'm kind of up in air about the search thing, though, too, is because if that's not the case, then I'm really worried about Candace passed out. She was out for 4 or 5 hours, and who knows? But it could have been, how far could a little girl make it in 4 or 5 hours when nobody ain't even looking for her yet? You know? And the what Summer was wearing in the pic, that's all wrong. Don't give me that bullshit she was that cold, okay? They say on the way, when they left the house that morning, early in the morning, she was in just a bathing suit, basically, right? It was a lot colder then than it was at afternoon, right? And she needs the track suit. Uh, None of that makes sense. And if none of it's true, you got to go back and ask yourself, well, why is she in a tracksuit? We don't. I mean, you can believe this the reason if you want. I personally do not. Why are the milk jugs stacked like that? Oh, that's how we stack the milk over in Ben Hill. No, no, no. And then the whole reason for the pick, I don't believe that. I don't think there's a chance in hell right before they got on her that she was like this. Not by the way she's laid, not by how she's positioned, none of that. None of that is the truth. And if that's not the truth, why ain't it? Why are you lying? You know, that's where I'm at. And that's why I've been so bummed this week, man, because I've been on that for about a week. I swear that's where it's getting to me. I think to figure out what's happened, if you had the right tools to work with and you went off that and tried to figure out the reason, and if you could figure out the reason by any of that stuff, you would know exactly what happened to her. Because none of it makes any sense, and none of it's the truth. You just got to wonder, why are they lying about that? You know, the thing about AWP in Summer's case is that's their thing, is finding people in vehicles. Okay, I ain't, sure, I would not refuse them by no means, but if they would come, absolutely do it. But I think not letting EquiSearch search wherever they want is the red flag for my ass. There's two things: either Hawkins County Sheriff's Office is majorly inept and unable to perform their duties. That's one possibility. Or number two is they're crooked as hell. Which is it? Because it's one of the two. Either you're so damn irresponsible that you don't have a clue as to how to search for a child, that you want to make us believe that it's like fucking Mars around Ben Hill Road. That's one possibility. Or you're just so corrupt you don't want nobody there. Those are the two possibilities. You pick which one. It could be both. You could be corrupt as hell and inept. And maybe that's why this shit might come out. Because I tell you, I'm sorry. And I have never talked this way about law enforcement anywhere, ever. Staunch supporter, believe in them. I think cops have the hardest job on the planet. But this shit stinks of corruption, you know, smells of corruption. How Ronnie Lawson even become sheriff with 3 DUIs? Who would have thought you could even run for sheriff with that many DUIs? I wouldn't have. Not me personally. You know, that's where we're at today, man. Where do we go from here? It's the next thing has to be search and correct. I think we should take this thing with Kylie and take advantage of it and use it and think to ourselves, what can we do that could be positive to help Summer? Because we want to keep Summer's name out there. that's something we really want, to keep her name out there. And what can we do to make that happen? I think the next thing we got to do is just fight and keep trying to make the searches happen. Right? Oh, I'm sorry, Nana. I'm having trouble solo keeping up with the chat and everything. Like I said, Ben, I'm stressed out over this shit this week. Because I have been in a bad place when it comes to even watching anything on YouTube. I had to take a few days of just nothing. And when the thing happened with Kylie being found after so long, it makes you wonder, man. And we know that Hawkins County ain't searched like they should have. I think everybody that's wants to be halfway honest with themselves would have to say Hawkins County has not performed the search adequately. Well, how you know, John? How you know that? Because they haven't searched everywhere and they keep telling us she's in the area but don't want to search. So hell no, they ain't doing it adequately. Because you're gonna, and whenever they give any hint, they want to hint to you that Summer's in the area, but they don't want to search. Explain that shit to me. Anybody. Uh, Here, I'll take some comments for a little bit while I calm down. I tell you, Hawkins County's got me just pissed off today. The more I think about the stuff that's been going on. Where do you live in West Virginia? I live in southern West Virginia, near the town of Bluefield. So is the FBI off the case? The FBI, as far as I know, hasn't had anybody on the case in quite a while. The TBI is backseat to the FBI, the way or the TBI is backseat to Hawkins County, and I don't think the FBI's, unless it's maybe providing testing or something like that, probably is involved. Period. But I don't know, man. Harley, calm down. Mommy be home in a minute. Y'all hear Harley? She's upset because Randy had to go get my son from football practice. Maybe they all know and are covering up. Makes you wonder. Hawkins County needs to turn it over to the FBI. So the TBI would be nice. I don't know that the FBI would take it necessarily. I know the TBI would probably take it, I would assume. Right? They won't even let EquiSearch back. Exactly. They make excuses like, they don't, it's too dangerous there. I guess they think it's too dangerous for EquiSearch too. Harley's been whining for everybody. Turn the dryer off. That's distracting everybody. They're complaining about it. Hawkins County. Hold on. So is the FBI off the case? As far as I know, the FBI doesn't have an active role in Summers' case, no, and hasn't for a while. I was born and raised in North Fork, West Virginia. Live in Alabama now. Oh, that's awesome. I've lived in Alabama, and I live in. I live near there. Norfolk. I was telling him, I really think that if anything else, we should learn the lesson from the Kylie thing that they need to search in Hawkins County a ton.
Definitely. I just don't know how they said where her car was found probably was not where she went into the water at. It's probably at a different part, and her car got to to that area. So
Yeah, I wasn't getting into all that.
no, I'm just saying.
Hi, John. We need to step up our game. Demanding answers is what the family needs to do, but we know that's not happening. No one listens to us, so we got to figure out a way. I think we got to figure out a way to get somebody to doing some searching.
Yeah,
That's what I'm thinking.
especially with law enforcement coming and saying is in this area. Why would they say that? You would think they would know something.
That's what I was saying just before you got back. I said for them to keep saying she's in the area but don't want to search makes you think they're either inept or corrupt, one of the two. Right?
Right.
But I'm thinking we got to, the searching's what has to happen. We got to figure out a way. And the way I see it, if we can figure out a way to contact property owners, if we can figure out a way to contact property owners, right?
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't matter if Ronnie Lawson wants searching there or not. That'd be up to the property owner.
Mm-hmm.
If they were cool with people searching their land, I don't see how Hawkins County could say a damn thing about it, could they?
No. No. Not if it's on private property.
Exactly. And I bet there's a good chance there's a lot of private property around there that hasn't been searched.
Right.
Then they would probably be willing to let people search. Don't you think?
Mm-hmm.
I know. And I was talking to about, I think it's weird they've never wanted to talk to Cam and Allie.
Yeah, I mean.
People that hung around Don and Candace that much right after Summer went missing, and they're not interested in anything that they've been told or anything.
They're not taking their job seriously if they're not looking in every clue they get.
That's exactly right. And like I was also saying, that makes you worry about where Kylie's case, where they didn't even know how to see pictures on Instagram.
Right.
How much shit have they missed in Summer's case? Right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, but I think we got to figure out a way to get some searching done.
Yeah, and I think it's starting to go cold, and that's what we don't need,
Yeah.
For the case to go cold.
Yeah. Because I tell you what, I really feel like if there ain't somebody breathing down Hawkins County Sheriff's Office necks pretty regular, it's going to go cold as quick as they can get it there.
Yep. Even Adventures with Purpose come there. They said they would search the nearby waterways or water
Right.
bodies. They didn't want them to do that. Why?
I wish they would let EquiSearch back. Because Adventures with Purpose, their thing's finding cars,
Yep.
We don't have no reason to believe there was a car in water in Summer's case.
True. Yeah, I didn't think about that, but they don't really look at bodies.
No.
Or look for bodies.
Right. We'll have to figure out a way, though. I know we could chart it out as long as we kept up. I know there's a lot of places that could probably be searched.
And what do they have to lose, like locals or people that want to volunteer to help? If they agree that if they get hurt or something, it's on them. What do they have to lose if people want to search for it?
This is good right here, and I've never thought about this before. Thank you, Mary.
Oh, thank you, Mary. That's nice of you.
Such a sweetheart. A lot of times when a kid goes missing, you get people calling in saying they thought they seen her. With Summer, nothing, not one thing.
Yeah.
Suzette, that is such a good point that I've never heard anybody bring that up before. And you are exactly right. There was not one reported sighting of her that I heard of.
Yeah, there's usually, that's true.
I think there was a couple of I don't know. Did you know that ferrets are known to attack babies? I saw it on some channel. I thought that was interesting. No, Tiggy Bear, I didn't know that. I'm glad we ain't got no babies around here. I think Taylor could take Zeke if it come down to it, but did you know that?
No,
I didn't either.
they're crazy little things.
Oh man, we love the ferret though. Zeke is a good time, ain't he?
Yeah, now it wouldn't probably be a good pet if you want to like a animal to love on you and stuff. He's got ADHD real bad.
Yeah.
He's funny.
He ain't a snuggler.
Yeah, he's always getting into stuff.
Zeke's a scratch your ass upper is what Zeke is.
Oh no, it's not my birthday. Somebody asked if it was my birthday.
Won't be long.
October.
What color Chuck Taylors you want this year?
Marine.
I get Brandy a different color Chuck Taylor every year. Don't.
Oh, Mary missed us. We missed y'all. We were just taking a little break. People have been so mean lately. Everybody needs a little break.
Well, I don't want people to think it's that.
No.
It's been more of depression over talking about what we talk about so damn much. It's like I was telling them to you, man, the Kylie thing kind of hit me. It was another just bad ending that you knew was coming, it seemed like, and it seems like there's been so many lately. I don't know. And that was right after the news with Harmony,
One thing after another, yeah.
It seems like we could use a win in the true crime community. It seemed like there was a few there in a row though. Remember, like that little Chloe Smith, found her. Then they found the cousins, the girl and the.
Yeah, there's a 3-year-old Amber Alert, and they found her recently. And I don't know what the situation is, but that was within the last week or so.
The dog that got dragged, I mean.
Yeah, they said Summer's disappearance don't meet the Adventures with Purpose search criteria. Yeah, I never thought about that, but y'all were right.
Well, it's just not their specialty, is what I'm saying. They're so successful because their specialty is finding the car.
Right.
Is what it is. They said
sonar and a bunch of different.
Yeah, they don't want to tell you exactly how they do it, but they said that the reason they're so good at it compared to law enforcement is they know how to read the data.
Yeah. And the tools they have.
Yeah, apparently they know how to operate the tools better. But it's disappointing that they found it in 24 hours and law enforcement was that close to it for over 2 weeks, right?
Right.
That's disappointing. It makes you wonder.
Yeah. Somebody asked, how do they know Summer's not in the water? I guess they don't, but I think what they're thinking, like for Adventures with Purpose to search, there has to usually be a vehicle involved.
Yeah, it's usually a thing of the person. We don't know that Summer was in a vehicle. It just doesn't fit what they look for. Because, like we said, they're not. It's not like they found 18 bodies. They found, or however many it is they found. They found that many vehicles, is what led them to the person. Yeah, find guns and all kinds of stuff in the water.
Oh yeah, I watched some of those magnet fishing and all that, and there's some other stuff.
Yeah. Well, what day is it today? The 24th?
Mm-hmm.
Then that means about 2 more months before Dawn gets out. Right?
Yeah. What do y'all think Dawn will act like when he gets out? Do you think he'll be back on YouTube chatting it up?
Too, it makes you wonder. Now, I would have never thought this months ago, but now maybe there's got to be another search of the Wells property.
Right.
Thinking about that now, Who knows? I would have never believed that months ago. But with recent events, I'm thinking that it might be a good idea to search.
The property.
Damn sure, yeah.
Yeah.
And I wonder where Jody Sue don't live at that address anymore. His parents still own that, right?
Right.
I wonder if they could be talked into letting that be searched again.
Maybe since they're Josie somewhere, it'd be nice.
Because that'd be private land if they could be talked into it.
Mm-hmm.
And somebody could check all them suspicious burial spots that were there. You know?
Yeah. It's just sad because you think by now there would be some kind of useful evidence or something that's come about, to lead us closer to what happened, but really there's nothing. You know what I mean? Nothing strong, no evidence.
I think it would be so nice if somebody could catch Ronnie Lawson's ass at a microphone and ask him, why will you not let EquiSearch come back and search for Summer if you think she's in the area? Wouldn't you kill to hear his answer to that?
Yeah, it don't make any sense or any sense. It's not his resources, It's not his time or money.
I wish people would just clip our live and share the hell out of it and see if he would ever get answered.
Yeah.
You think eventually, if he got asked that 5 billion times, he might answer something? I don't know. I'm doubtful, ain't you?
Yeah. Oh, if they would let anybody search, me and John go search. I'd go up there just for that.
Oh, yes. I would love to go help search. And I think it's ridiculous how Ronnie acts when it comes to searching. There needs to be an answer for that shit.
It don't make sense. It's like they're scared. They don't want nobody up there. Why? I didn't mean to interrupt you. I think you're reading something.
Yeah, I was. Now I lost it. As usual. There we go. She's not in the water, as Lawson says. Then let EquiSearch come back out and don't put constraints on them.
I agree. The reason Ronnie Lawson does what he does is because nobody calls bluffs about him.
Nobody calls his bluff.
There you go. I agree, probably. Or people in that area might be scared of him. Who knows? They might be corrupt in that law enforcement, You never know.
Yeah, well, I think we're starting to know.
Yeah.
I would love to understand why they say they think she's in the area.
Yeah, me too. There has to be something.
That's another reason I ain't said nothing in a while, is because there ain't nothing new coming out. But now, I think if we could figure out just a couple of reasons for some of this, we basically have a damn good idea.
Yeah.
And I like I was saying, I would never jump on the conspiracy, the police are in on it shit before. But damn, Hawkins County couldn't look any more crooked unless they tried.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, me either. Until we were watching that case of that girl that was murdered the other day, and the cops, that one law enforcement officer, they found all that evidence hidden in the storage room.
Yeah, I had a storage locker with all kinds of crazy shit in it. Nana's awful saucy tonight. I'm back like that makes a difference. What's up with Nana? Did you piss her off?
No, she had to go walk her dog.
Oh. She's awful spicy in the comments. She was being a hateful ass earlier, too.
No.
Ryan losses need to be removed from this case. He does nothing but cause rumors and slow his investigation down. Yeah, he ain't worth a shit. He ain't gonna solve nothing. There is no chance this gets solved as long as Hawkins County is the ones we're waiting on to solve it.
I think we need a private investigator. Somebody, you know, a good one.
I think we need to start searching. Man, I was going to read your comment. It's got an F-bomb in it. I can't do it now. These damn cops need to stop letting their egos get in the way of finding when these missing children. That's what needs to stop is their big-headed egos.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Ronnie needs to. If he ain't crooked, he just needs to say, "I'm sorry, I'm useless. Let somebody else do this."
Yeah, let me somebody else to do my job that cares for these families.
I'm not in a good mood today, and I wasn't hateful. What's wrong, Nana? Why the bad mood?
John, Brady, I told John to say hello is all.
I don't think Summer will ever be found, and no one will be charged, unfortunately. Well, I don't want to think that. John Davis true crime. One, I didn't put an F-bomb in nothing.
He's picking on.
She had a rough day. What happened to Nana today?
Mm-hmm. Nana, we were like that. That's why we had to take a little break.
Yeah.
Couldn't do it for a little bit.
Yeah. We've had a rough week, ain't we?
Mm-hmm.
I tell you, I've been waiting for a chat. Do you remember the name of that one I showed you earlier? That comment.
Some dog.
Yeah. Don't say that loud. I was just wondering because I've been trying to see if we see it in here. I ain't seen it. I don't think.
Search to see.
I've seen that before though.
What do they tell? What do they say?
Oh, nothing. Let's not say.
Okay.
They're just talking about what. How did they put it? We make money off of
something.
Sorrows? No.
Something
I don't know.
negative.
Yeah. I tell y'all people.
Folks, we don't make no money, really.
Yeah. We got a big hater on us about that now. Like we're gonna retire. I'm cleaning a house to move into some. Oh. Oof.
Nana, you got your house? That's good. I hate they have to clean the house.
Did you read all that?
Mm-hmm. Nana don't make no money either. She knows how it is now, don't you?
Yeah, Nana, you can vouch for it. I tell you, I would love for somebody to run into me in public and tell me that.
Mm-hmm.
They said me and Brandy were sorrow. I can't remember. Like we made money off of sorrow. I like
no,
to kick
it was a different
ass.
word. I think that it was something like that.
Yeah. I think all the searchers who has looked for Summer have been professional, except the higher ups who just wanted to come out when Summer's vigil was expected to take place. Yeah. I don't know. I'm convinced that I don't know.
I just wish we had different people, you know, in charge of her case. Really,
Yeah.
People that had a heart and willing and wanting to find her. Oh, Lonnie acts like this is my job. I got to do it. I gotta act like I care.
Susan Smith says we all need to contact Nancy Grace. Damn right. I tell you what, I think if somebody could lay it out for Nancy Grace, all the shit that's happened in Summer's case and how the cops, things they've done and all that, Nancy heard it right.
Mm-hmm.
Nancy flip out, wouldn't she?
She said don't wear your heart on your sleeve. Yeah, it's hard to not to do it sometimes, though it gets to you. John's better at not letting it affect him or you as much as it does affect me when people say stuff.
Yeah.
Usually, people that start stuff or say negative comments, they're probably in a bad space themselves. It's the way I think. So.
Hawkins County Lawson are likely like a sticky spider web, corruption running through it all. They all involved on many levels. Lawson, the worst and sickest, in my opinion. I have to say I agree with all that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Maybe if AWP could search the water, maybe we'd find that darn red truck with the ladder axe. That's a good point.
There you go.
You know it?
Yeah.
That red truck with the ladder axe, maybe it was dumped in some lake somewhere around there. So that's the reason we ain't never found it.
Yeah, if you think of it was really involved in all the focus it's got, somebody probably wouldn't be out driving around, you wouldn't think.
Though, I got the feeling the last time we heard them talk around the 1 year thing, I get the feeling that they don't have much faith in what could come out of the red truck stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Don't you?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think they think much about that anymore.
Yeah. The real Rockin' Ramen says, I don't see a lot of YouTube making money. Most of the YouTube I sub to care about finding Summer or Monkey, Michael Fawn, Kylie, Poor Little Harmony. Yep, yeah. Well, thank you for subscribing to us. And if you don't agree with somebody or if you're thinking they're doing something for money, then don't watch them. Don't comment.
Because all you're doing is giving them 1/10 of a cent every time you watch them.
So quit.
That's why I like when people think it's cool to leave some kind of negative, smart ass comment. That helps your video.
Mm-hmm.
I like reminding them of that too.
Hi, Kitty Cat. She said, hello, Brandy.
Needs another big search starting with the Wells property. Yep.
Yeah. And sometimes we get mad. This is what I do. And, I might sit there and write something. Then I'm just like, I'm not going to send that. I'll just think about it. And usually calm down. And you don't do something.
Yeah, I'll write a big, 2-paragraph smart ass response to somebody for leaving me a negative comment. And then I'll be like,
then like,
delete.
Is this really?
I don't want to give them that much power over me.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can get over it. Suck it up, Brandy.
Mm-hmm.
I showed that to her though earlier. That's why she's all.
Don't show me half the time.
I don't show her half of them, but.
Or I never do anything on YouTube, probably.
Yeah. If I showed her all of them, she wouldn't be here. I feel like I gotta share them sometimes.
Yeah.
If I take them all alone, I start getting negative on myself.
Well, I think
I do suck.
We know it's not true, but it just hurts my feelings. Somebody thinks that about us. Makes you think, are we portraying ourselves like that? I don't think we are.
No, I know we're not. That's why it always comes from some jackass don't watch you.
Yeah. And maybe they're going through a rough time, I think, and I don't know.
Yeah. Apparently Chihuahua Dawson was having a hell of a rough day, wasn't she?
Yeah.
Oh, oops.
You said the name.
Oh, my bad. I didn't mean to. I'm sorry. Did you watch my video today? I was preaching the same about Ron Lawson and the searching.
Yeah, Nan, I did. I see. Yeah.
I didn't, Nan. I didn't steal your shit.
Nan, I watched all your videos.
I don't watch nobody's videos.
No.
I don't know. I don't. Not anymore. What? I get depressed watching the stuff. I've been off for a solid week. I haven't watched nothing. Have I?
Mm-mm.
I think Nana thinks I jacked her shit.
No, Dana doesn't. She's just saying that she's talking about something.
No stealing, just we think alike. Well, now what brought me there was the Kylie thing, and to tell you the truth, I'm starting to doubt everything. The longer this goes on, the well, I told him what I thought.
What
You know what my theory is.
about?
The milk jugs, there's a reason and all that.
Yeah.
I think that's where I'm at.
Yeah, when I think, then you think of that, and I can't get past that either. Why would that be done like that? You know, there has to be a reason.
Why was she dressed like that? Why did they lie and say she was leaning back like Dawn? All that was a fucking lie. So
why in the heck would milk jugs be stacked upon each other?
they wouldn't be.
Right. So
Right.
yeah, something's fishy about that photo.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it was like an accident or maybe to them it was like proof, hey, she was okay. You know what I mean? How'd that video get out? You know?
I don't know. I was just reading comments. Why do you all think Upchurch backed off Summer's case? I don't know. I know he subscribed to a lot of us at one time and don't subscribe to any of us anymore. I don't know. I think I might have offended him by making fun of Jody Sue and stuff like that some, because some people get real mad if every video isn't about just, summer. But I like calling out bullshit too. So I think some people don't like that. As to why everybody else, I don't know. You know? Can Dawn have visitors? I don't know. I would assume so, yes. I can't believe he ain't let some YouTuber come see him yet.
Yeah, me either.
I'm thinking, I swear, it makes me wonder if they ain't got lawyers. And the lawyers finally reined them in and been like, look, you guys are putting yourselves in jail.
Yeah.
You have to stop it.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. That's why Candace is so quiet, maybe. If she opens her mouth and on camera, she hurts herself. You know, really, she does. So, the best thing she could have done was never gone on camera, probably.
Well, it would have.
Do you agree?
I think if they would have stayed off social media altogether,
this case wouldn't be have all the focus it has. Probably.
I think they wouldn't have as much focus,
right,
as they have on them if they would have never done any, YouTube. Just done like the couple news interviews.
Right.
Because Dawn there in like a couple of them interviews when he cleaned up and acted like he had some sense. If you wouldn't have known about the other ones, you might not have thought bad about him as you do. But we have the inside point of view on them because we've seen them on YouTube drunk and
making awful
pranks, doing just all kinds of wild shit. If you didn't know none of that stuff,
it wouldn't be as bad.
It wouldn't be as bad.
We wouldn't judge them as much.
Right. I tell you, I've also been thinking lately too, if it comes down to it, I think it could be a case of where Dawn might not know. And the reason he don't is because Candace knew that he would kill her ass.
Maybe.
If he had found out that she let Summer get hurt while she was messing around with H or doing whatever she was doing, and it's a possibility he might not know.
Yeah, true. If anybody doesn't, it's probably him, like we were saying. Yeah.
I'm just all over the place lately, man. And that would fit in with if that last picture, if she's not well, there's a chance he might not know.
Yeah. Maybe she's like, here, she's fine in the car, looked on. Here's proof.
Maybe that's what that picture was meant for originally, was Dawn.
Yeah, proof of life.
Yeah.
Make people think she got home that day.
Maybe it wasn't for police. Maybe it was for Dawn's ass. Grandis was like, oh my God, Candace, he's going to kill you when he sees what happened to Summer. do this,
Mm-hmm.
you know? Because for all we know, Grandis has gotten away with one herself, possibly. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Got to go back to she's the common link.
Yeah. Probably without that picture, nobody probably would believe or would know when she went missing, you know?
See, they'd be better off if that picture wasn't out there, in my opinion,
Probably.
because that picture gives you the evidence that it looks like something is wrong with her.
Yeah.
If you wouldn't have seen that picture, you wouldn't have thought, and well, unless you would have heard H mention the going under the water thing, then there still wouldn't have been as much doubt, though, without the picture, would there? I think the picture adds a lot of doubt as to if she made it home okay.
Somebody was asking what we were talking about. We're just talking about Summer's case and about.
Well, we were talking about what began with the reason that it's titled searching or whatever. Yeah, I titled it something to do with searching, was because I've just thought about how the Kylie thing went down, and to me it says there's a good chance we could have overlooked something in Summer's case because it shows you things can be overlooked.
Yeah.
And there's been a lot of questions about the area, how well the area was searched anyway, and why Ronnie don't want to let people search, right?
Definitely. Because he wouldn't have nothing to lose for people searching if he, you know.
No, I, and what gets me is I would have to say if he's given any kind of reasoning, he makes it out a lot, is that it's so dangerous to search. Well, that shit don't fly with EquiSearch. You know, there's nobody better prepared to search rough terrain than them.
Yeah.
So how does that? Can he explain it with them? He can't.
Yeah. Makes me think of a case. It's in California, but it's Maya Malete or whatever. Her husband's in jail right now, but they haven't found her body, and her family goes out every weekend and searches, and you know nobody's stopping them. Like they have a search party every weekend looking for her.
Diane P says, has Lawson always been a crappy sheriff? How does he keep getting elected? Diane P, nobody runs against him. He runs unopposed.
Why? I don't know.
Why? Why is it nobody below him has any aspirations of being sheriff? Makes you wonder.
Yeah. Maybe they're
Could it be because they know if they run against Ronnie, they might end up missing?
Yeah. Like Cam, you know, Allie cracking cases. There's a lot of, you know, people in law enforcement around there convicted of bad stuff.
Yes.
You know?
Lots of many. There's a ton of ties to the Hawkins County Sheriff's Office and pedos and bad stuff. I mean, damn, when your sheriff has 3 DUIs, you know,
That's crazy. I tell you something right now.
that's the sheriff.
Wow.
I mean,
that's crazy.
It is crazy. It's all crazy. And it's crazy to think that you got a sheriff that swears up and down she's in the area but don't want to do no searching. Right?
Yeah. He's hoping everybody quit, you know, couldn't focus on the case and just leave him alone. That's what he's wanting. But it's not going to happen. I think everybody's messing up his, if there is corruption, messing up his game. All the focus on Hawkins County and law enforcement, you know. If something bad was going on.
Yeah, I think that's what is going on. I think that's why they're hating all this attention because I think there was already something going on before she went missing. And I think now it's going to draw attention to that. And that's one of the biggest issues.
They should look at it this way. Y'all should try to and help find her, then everybody will leave you alone. You know?
Yeah.
It'd be nice if they thought that way.
Yeah, it would be. I thought we would just get that out. I think it's time for us to go. We're gonna keep our lives short from here on out.
Well, today.
Well, today for sure.
We just wanted to get on here because we haven't talked to y'all in a while.
Yeah, let you know what's going on.
We're still here. We're still.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel like we have a renewed sense of purpose now. So we're going to get back into the fight and try to do some good. Right?
Yeah.
All right, guys. Thanks for coming. Good to see everybody. Sorry we ain't been out as much. We're going to try to be out more.
Yeah.
And we're working on a video now. And I think we're going to do Game of Thrones on Raw. We're going to do Game of Thrones videos for people that like Game of Thrones.
Review.
Do
Reaction.
reaction and reviews on the Raw channel. What y'all think about that? Is anybody here watch Game of Thrones? Thank you, Kitty Cat. Thanks for coming. Thanks, Kayla. Nobody's going to answer my Game of Thrones question. I'm all in. Oh, good. Brenda K's down.
Okay.
Yes, Game of Thrones. Quinky Dink. All right. We got some people down now. Good.
It might just be a good way of breaking up stuff, you know?
Yeah. Game of Thrones biggest fan. Brenda K, us too.
Yeah, we are too.
We were so let down by the end of the first one that we swore we'd never watch again. But after watching the first episode, we are pumped.
Yeah, it'll give us something to do, and it looks pretty good.
Give us all something to talk about. So everybody that wants to get in on it, you got to watch Game of Thrones. It comes on every Sunday night on HBO.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm telling you, if you got to get the app just to watch it, well, Jesse, you're going to have to start watching because you got to be part of the team.
Yeah.
How much is the app? You know?
$15. But if you have Dish Network, you can call and get 20% off. Okay.
So
promoting.
$15. That's not bad.
$12. You got Dish Network.
That's a little pricey, but it'd be worth it because I think it'll be so much fun. You should play it for us, for those of us who don't have HBO. Hey, we'll do. Hey, well,
I don't know if we'll get in trouble.
I get in trouble for that, but I tell you what, we'll play as much of it as we can without getting in trouble and show y'all the cool parts and stuff. I agree. It's so good, guys. It's so worth it. We got to be on again. Do you go to work Friday morning?
Yeah.
Shit. But you didn't work Monday morning, did you?
Yeah, I did. I already had my schedule.
I'll be on Monday morning.
Yeah.
And we might do we watched House of Dragon. That's what we're talking about, Suzette. Y'all got to start watching it. It's going to be awesome. Let's see. It comes on Sunday night. So not this Monday because somebody can't be there, but this Monday we're going to do it Monday evening. And next week we'll do it.
We'll start doing it AM.
We'll do it Monday morning. Okay? That's when we'll do the Game of Thrones catch up. Sound good, everybody? Everybody that watches Game of Thrones, I hope y'all are pumped. We are super pumped for it. Anything else, Brandy? We want to include? Thanks, everybody, for coming. Thanks to all our members. I know we've been slacking lately. We're going to try to see y'all a lot more. And we'll see y'all Monday evening.
Yes.
For sure. Right?
Yeah.
All right. Bye, everybody. Thanks for coming.
Good night.